Hello, and welcome to Let's Let Discogs Choose What I'm Gonna Listen to. First, we go to the Discogs phone application for your smartphone. Then you hit the collection button. It is here where your collection pops up. Wow, I sure do have a lot of items in there. 944. The maximum value is 55, almost 56 grand. Holy cow, I have a lot of records, don't I? I should. I've been buying them since the 70s. Okay, let's give this phone a shake. You won't be able to see it, but I sure will. Soundgarden Lollapalooza 1992. Here's a fun fact. I went to that Lollapalooza. Not this particular one, because I don't know where it is. However, I did go to the one in Orlando, Florida. Let's go get the record. Here it is. It says here, this broadcast, or this concert, was July 22nd, 1992. The one that I went to was August 23rd, 1992. So, a month later. Here's another fun fact. My wife was also at that Orlando show. It was still going to be about 18 years before we met, though. Who knows? Maybe we stood next to each other in line. Oh, and another fun fact. That night is when Hurricane... what was it? Andrew came in. Category 5. A small, tight little bundle of wind went through and destroyed South Florida, especially Homestead. Boy, they're still suffering the ramifications of that in the form of deductibles and exclusions in your homeowner's policy. Okay, let's see what this sounds like. Here's another fun fact. This is an unauthorized recording. In other words, it's a bootleg. This is what we used to buy at the record and tape outlet back in what we call the day for us older folks. Oh my goodness, it starts right in the middle of the song. Gun. Gun. So you know what's funny? Is that when they played in 1992 and I watched them, I remember they covered Cop Killer because that was like a big deal in the news at the time. And Soundgarden played Cop Killer during the Orlando Lollapalooza. I wonder if they did it at this one too. They just left it off the bootleg because of, well, it can't be because of licensing because this is an illegal recording. So I could probably figure it out by going to setlist.com or whatever. I'm not much of a grunge guy, and I don't listen to this band very often at all, but when I do enjoy them. My friend Ralph Hodges got me into this band. He knew of Ultra Mega OK before anyone else did, and I saw it on his folder in college in like 1989, and I said, "Hey Ralph, what the hell does that mean?" And he told me about Soundgarden. That was my introduction to grunge music. I sure do like that guy. We still DM every now and then on Facebook and stuff. He is what we call a good egg. God damn, I love Ralph Hodges. By the way, best skateboarder that came out of Florida, almost. Pretty much. I mean, best vert skater, I should say. Because he was fantastic. Injury took him out. That I was there for him. And it was bad. Anyways, Ralph, if you ever watch this, I don't know why you would, it's going to stay on my phone. But if you do, I love you, dude. Alright, so I went ahead and got on the Google machine. On August 23rd, 1992, Soundgarden did indeed play Cop Killer. My memory was correct. So, let's compare this to the set list on... Actually, let's see what the set list for this date is. What was the date again? July 22nd, 1992. Okay, so here is the date on which this recording was taken. Soundgarden played the following 8-song set list. The Fairgrounds in Bremerton, Washington. Yep, that checks out. Gun, Jesus Christ. Outshine, Big Dumb Sex, Ugly Jukebox Case, Slaves of Bulldozer Surgery. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So this is the whole set list. Gun, Jesus, Outshine, Big Dumb Sex, Ugly Truth, Rusty, Slave, Searching. Wow. That is in order and everything. So, that's pretty cool. I wonder if there's a bootleg out there somewhere that has the Orlando thing on it. So here's a fun fact. When Pearl Jam was playing, I think they played after Soundgarden, if I had to make a guess. It was still daylight out. And now these dudes are from Seattle, so they're used to rain, but they're really not used to lightning. And lightning struck like way off in the distance. And Eddie Vedder was like on stage and he goes, "Whoa, did you guys see that lightning over there?" Way off. And everybody was from Florida, so we're like, yeah, dude, you're in Orlando. Just wait a few minutes and you're going to really be shocked. Anyways, that night, I went to a hotel room. I was dating a girl at the time. We go back to the hotel. And she passed out we didn't do any drugs. We didn't do any drinking. We were stone cold sober. But she went to sleep pretty quick because we were out in the heat all day. But Hurricane Andrew was coming in, and I stayed up pretty much all night and just watched that unfold on the local news. And man, you know how Homer Simpson calls Florida America's Wang? All right, so imagine like right about where the foreskin starts, that's where Homestead is. And Hurricane Andrew, the eye hit the shore. It was a very high storm, very small, tight storm, very powerful storm. As it made landfall, it was a Cat 5, which it only goes up to 5. So it was a beast. And it didn't have a big surge. It was just all wind. And to exacerbate the situation, a lot of the South Florida building inspectors and shit, they were all on the, no, I shouldn't say all, a lot of them were on the take. This was found out like in investigations after the fact. And there would be like one neighborhood, like you could see helicopter footage of one neighborhood was just gone, roofs gone, and the decking and trusses gone and shit. And then the neighborhood literally just divided by a road or something was not, I mean, it was damaged, you know, missing shingles and stuff, but the roofs were still on and whatever, people survived and shit. And the person on the one side where all the damage was, that dude was crooked as fuck. So anyways, just a little, it has nothing to do with Soundgarden. It has everything to do with Hurricane Andrew in South Florida. And this concert wasn't even in South Florida. My concert was in Central Florida. And this concert here was in Washington. Man, fuck Washington. That place is a mess right now.
Yes, she speaks some English.
Son of bitch. Shit.
Son of bitch.